Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Benelux Pro League. It's seeding time, everyone. It is match time. For those that know, they'll know. But it's not just me to bring over the excitement that we'll be having for the next hour. I'm here together with Ven to make sure
What's
we can
up?
have the best Trackmania in the world, because we all know the Benelux is where it's at.
Hey, yeah, that's 100% true. I'm really excited. I'm not playing myself this time around, but there's so many great players that will be spectating today, and I'm really excited to see the fight between the Netherlands and Belgium as well, because there's a lot of good players from both countries. Sadly, no one from Luxembourg, but it's going to be a battle between the Netherlands and Belgium, and I'm really excited.
Yeah. I mean, we have 48 players in total who are joining in for the seeding. So, yeah, it's sad to see none of the Luxembourg players come in, but I already saw some tier list come by. I'm not sure how to fully trust that, but I'm sure the discussions are still out. But tier list or not, today we will find out which of these players are able to get into our divisions. We have two divisions for our players to get into. And they're going to have to prove it over the next two maps, 10 rounds of each of those maps, and making sure to get the fastest time possibles in those to get the best seeding out there. 1 to 16 Div 1, 17 to 32 Div 2. That's what we got. That's what we're working for. And in terms of players, I mean, there's a couple definitely to look out for. I think most obvious player to be talking about, especially in regards to the tracks that we will be playing, what we'll get to in a bit. Yeah, I mean, it has to be Snuppy. It has to be Snuppy, holding world record
sure.
on both tracks. Man is looking absolutely ready for this.
Yeah, I mean, he has been. I think he's had one world record for like a week already now on one of the maps, and then the other world record he got yesterday. Poopboer is also right up there with him. I think he's second on both maps. But I mean, in this seeding format, it's not really about your TA time. It's about, can you do this consistently? Can you pump out those 9 rounds and have a good time for the two maps? Of course, it's 10 rounds. It's weighted time, so you can have one oddball, maybe two if you're not if it's not the biggest crash. But it's really about the consistency today.
Yeah, and I mean, it's important as well, considering once we do get into division play, you gotta stay consistent. At that point, we'll have more tracks to be played in general, but it's a good barometer, a good way of us to really assess whether or not players are up to the task to duke it out with similar players at that skill level, with the pace that they have. Obviously, it's early days. We're only in seeding, and I'm curious to see, over time we'll have our division play through the league phase, and then eventually with the playoffs as well, how players will evolve through that.
Yeah,
But
this playoffs is also going to be in person. It's
yeah,
what is it, Enschede, I think, if I remember correctly.
yes, that's right.
And I mean, that adds a whole layer of depth as well. But for now, we're just online. Everyone's in their own bedrooms probably, or just any rooms they have their PC in, and then it's trusted, and the LAN stuff is for later. So we don't have to worry about that for now.
Not too much stress. Everything's as you say, right?
Luckily.
That familiarity to just play in your element. Just do what you need to do. I mean, once we hit LAN, we'll hit LAN, and we'll see how stress proof our players are, because at that point they've already proven themselves in terms of what they can do. But this is the first hurdle. This is the first stage. This is the place that they will have to find themselves going through to get to the into divisions. And saying that as well, we do, have our maps to be played through. We've got some gorgeous tracks that we've had made by the community, for that matter, as well. Just to go through in order. We've got, one of the first, look at that, already being sent in. Got a little bit of red. Got a little bit of plastic. Got the turnaround happening right there. This to me, this shouts coordination. This is what racing is all about. Look at that. Into the sausage block. Oh, sorry, contraband. My apologies with the grass. reactor boost pushing all the way in. And we were talking about this just now, right before
Yes, we were.
going live as well. How well treacherous this track can be.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many sections where it's really just life or death. Like especially this plastic that we're seeing right now. I think this is one of the most like crucial parts of the map. And then I mean, this dirt afterwards, it can be very tricky. But that plastic, you're kind of on two wheels the entire section, and then you're just trying to survive by going as tight as possible, and then trying to maintain that speed and even the gear. And there's multiple of those parts in these maps, especially this end here as well. The grass, it's really hard to maintain your car control there. So we're gonna see how people are gonna do this, but as we're also looking at the map 2, actually, the Wizzy map, and I mean, this is a typical Wizzy map. It starts out with that reactor plastic, and I mean, it just continues. There's so many tight sections, and it kind of almost feels like a beacon map.
It has that vibe, yeah. Mentioning that, I think that is not even a weird thing to say. A lot of short turns are in this as well. A lot of play with speed, right? It's not a typical just going gear 4 and that's how you work. No, it's a lot of playing around it, finding your way around this breaks off sector as well to make sure your speed is good enough. Into the watery reactor, get that slide around, and in your mind you already have to think about, I'm about to enter some wet plastic as well. It's so easy to go too far to the right if you don't have the right control over the car. And to top it all off, as if we're not done yet, a bit of wood, snap your way around into the finish line. It's definitely one that'll test the gear management of our players.
Yeah, and I mean, for today, I think we're gonna see many more safe lines, especially on that last part, like the wood section there. You have no reason you would have to push there probably. So it's just gonna be about getting safely around the turn, not going too tight, not hitting that right side wall, and then just making sure you get your rounds in. And do you have any players that you're like gonna look out for today, gonna look at extra today? Because of course I have a few. Someone that has always been good in seeding, and if we're looking at Beacon or maybe XP Evo as well, is Alex. Alex is a name that, I mean, he has been playing Beacon these past couple of weeks. And I mean, he performed like really, really well on that as well. And now we're instantly into this cup. So I'm curious to see how he's gonna perform in this seeding today.
Yeah, he's been looking extra good, I would say, starting off this year and coming off of a great Beacon season. Definitely is going to reinvigorate him. I mean, at the same time, there's always the question of, is there enough time to practice the tracks? Fortunately for now, it's all about the first 2 of the map pack, so a bit less focus required in that regard to try and spread it across 10 tracks instead of possibly, but now 7 will do. So there is a bit more time to work on the other 3 maps, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's already played all of those. I think one that I'm keeping an eye out, also mainly due to the offline times being driven. Timmy's is looking quite ready for this. I mean, he's always around for competitions, right? Always interested to push a bit, but it feels like he's been able to really get some good practice in, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does end up quite high in seeding.
Yeah, me too. I mean, Timmy's is actually the first person I ever met in real life from the Trackmania community in, what was it, Gamax Edition 2. We were carpooling and he picked me up. That was when Camille didn't get up in time, and I think he slept through his alarm and wasn't able to go to Gamax, but he should be playing now today, Camille, I think, as well. Cool to see him performing as well. Yeah, he is in the player list, so
there you go.
We'll probably see him.
Out for how much times? Yeah. For those who know, they remember. You were there.
Yeah, man, that was really fun as well. And I mean, a player we haven't really mentioned. I mean, we did mention him a bit, but Paardenvechter, he's always a staple when it comes to the Dutchies and their fast players. And I mean, he's playing as well today, so
Yeah.
curious to see what he's gonna do.
Very strong. I mean, especially, I mean, I've seen him a bunch with the TSCC. I mean, definitely one of the horses to put out on front, right? For the to bring that full circle. Wouldn't be surprised for him to, for him to end up quite high. I think on the Belgium side, because I'd be remiss of me not to mention any Belgian players. I mean, Rask, obvious player to mention in that. Amazing player. Definitely one of the top contenders to see in Division 1 as well. I think alongside that, I think one that I like to see in, though I don't expect too much from him considering how busy he is, would be Flamey. I know Flamey's doing a bunch, doing a lot right now with organizing, but at the same time still making time to play in the Benelux Pro League. Is quite good to see. I believe he was sick as well recently, so hopefully he did recover at this point.
Unfortunate circumstances, but hey, maybe he'll pull through and get a good placement today. I think we're on to the warm-up in the server as well. So let's switch over. Here we are. There's there's 2 servers going on at the same time. We will be spectating one server. So these are not all players that we will be seeing. It's only a part, but if you want to take a look at the leaderboards yourself, you can always go to eCircuit Mania, and there it should be calculated between the 2 servers as well.
Yeah, should all be in real time, so do keep an eye out. Just keep it open somewhere on the side. I mean, surely everyone.
I will do that as well.
Monitors. I mean, to be fair, at this point, I have my second monitor just filled with all these windows, just to make sure I keep track of all of this Trackmania action. Alongside, also keeping an eye out on chat right there. Apologies not mentioning Yaf, so I'm sure also one to look out for.
So many names.
I mean, for the Belgian viewers out there, maybe I forgot someone, right? Maybe you're like, man, why the hell aren't you talking about Lucky Boy, right? What's going on?
True.
Did you think like that was okay? Feel free to call me out. It's all good. It's all fine. I mean, right now, it's not just a matter of competition, right? Obviously, Netherlands, Belgium, very classic rivalry in that. But it's just great to see players from both nations to come in and play. Again, sad to not see any of the Luxembourg players moving their way in, but who knows? Maybe maybe we'll see them in the future. But for now, looks like we are off for our seeding here. Map 1, Contraband. Again, 10 rounds to be played, and you want to get as many good times in as possible, with your best time weighted to best, worst time weighted to worst. So there's some room to mess up a little bit, but you'd rather not.
And someone we haven't talked about today, but is actually in front now, is Danny. He is gaming right now together with Alex and Poopler in front. As we are entering the last section of the first round already, onto the dirt and to the quite big left-hander here. And this is where it's all going to be decided, who keeps the best speed through the grass. And it looks like it's going to be Alex. Yes, it is. Danny in second though. Alex with the sub as well. A really good time to start it off.
Yeah, very cool to see. Well, we already got our first sub 1 minute in, just to put a bit of a statement in. Obviously, you want to get those quick times in first, take a bit of pressure off, so that if round 5, round 6, you lose a little bit of focus, it's not the worst in the world. You can still keep moving, still keep going. We'll see how fast players are through this grass, and I actually did see something happened that we were talking about. The entry into the grass sector right there, it is so important to allow yourself to gear up. You need to allow that to happen, otherwise you will fall back. A player I just saw that happening to, Foot Fungus, seemingly a bit too early with the steering right there, and he just fell behind. So if you did notice that is why. But
really
right
tough.
now, it's so hard to because you have to take that into account, but also know that there is a turn coming up.
Yeah, definitely. And as we're taking a look at Tarpor here, who is also playing in the tournament, what's up. And in this round, it isn't Alex in front. I mean, he's still 30, he's very close. He actually moved up into second, but it's Paardenvechter who is with a .8. That's only .15 behind world record. That is a really fast round. That sets the tone for the rounds to come for sure.
Very curious to see if how close we'll be able to get to that in qualifiers. Right, there may be some offline prac. We never know. I know it's a very common thing to say from the commentary booth, but it would be very cool to see if we can already see some players push for it. Though, I mean, Snuppy's world record on this is quite tight already. And actually mentioning the player as well, we can see him out on front for this round. He's looking to put in his sub 1 minute right now. As the rest of the players a little bit behind, still quite a large pack together. I mean, some players in there: Mitra, Tarpor, Yavso, Alex, Jan, not German Jan, Dutch Jan. Also very good to note in that. Danny in the mix as well. So yeah, a lot of players here able to put in some good times for their score.
Yeah, and like I said before, it's really all about that consistency right now. So a player like Timmy's, he made a mistake in the first round. He was out. That means that he has so much more pressure going into these rounds, where if you make another mistake, that's just gonna add so much time to your score. And he's just getting a clean 10th place, a .3. That's solid consistency. That's what he is looking for right now. Like, he wants those fast rounds, but it's even more scary when you've made that mistake already.
Yeah, it weighs on your mind. It's just added pressure in that. Oof, actually did see one of the players fall behind. I'm quite sure who that was, but already quite early on. I mean, that first turn, it is very much possible to full speed that, but it is risky. It is definitely not a place where you wanna really push down. Especially in rounds, right? It's probably better to just go for a little bit of a release so that you are able to line up correctly for the grass. The plastic sector, though, one that for me personally is probably the most challenging part of this track. I mean, these players are navigating through, showing off how good their control is over the car for this round. I mean, Poepoer and Paardenvechter looking to do a little bit of fighting at the front, making sure that they get their points in.
Yeah, we have Snappy and Yavso a little bit further behind. Let's see if they can or are able to catch up in this final sector, but it doesn't look like they will. It's just a clean train into that finish. And again, a .8 by Paardenvechter. He is setting that pace. And I mean, Poepoer and Alex both really fast times as well. The consistency is very high. Like on this map, when you survive the start, it's very doable to just get a clean round in each time. But that start, like especially like right here, this gear, if you don't get it, you are way further behind. And I think that was Javas who unfortunately had a little clip there. Oh no, actually no, it might
He's
not have been.
He's still a bit in the mix, but yeah.
A little bit. No, probably was someone else.
Could possibly be. Yeah, because it's a couple tenths that you just lose right there for a seemingly minor mistake. I mean, that's something that'll be ironed out, especially if you want to be Div 1. I think that is something that should not happen at all. But at least with the way I'm seeing everybody drive here, I mean, everybody's doing a phenomenal job. I'm still looking at the pack and how close everyone is. Right, what is that? Top 8 by 0.2 of a second, and even then, still quite a lot of players relatively close. Looks like there's a gap between the front pack, then there's Lucky Boy, and then there's a second pack.
Oh, Yavzo making a mistake in the end. That's unfortunate.
A lot of them. Yep. Now that's definitely not the nicest thing.
And look at that, like top 3 with 700s between them.
It's
so close each time.
I'm curious how it'll go with league play, right? Because we're already getting a little bit of a bit of a taster. I mean, everybody is looking very consistent here as well, very ready for these turns. I think overall map difficulty is at a good level, right? There are challenging sectors, but if you know how to manage those, handle those, then you can very much do those consistently in round, and it really does come down to when you want to try and push it in certain sectors if you do fall behind a bit.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this round, there's you have Dani just shooting ahead in front of everyone with a 0.15 lead. He is on a banger run for sure.
Oh no,
Ooh,
cast a
right.
curse.
It happens always. I mean, he was pushing. I respect
Yeah,
the
yeah.
heck out of it. He was in front of literally everybody else, and they are still on good times as well. It looks like it's a little bit of a slower round. Yeah, I mean, just a
Yeah.
barely above a sub, but still, I mean, you don't need to go for much more if you've already had these consistent rounds that are almost a sub or even a sub, right? You know that if you keep that up, you have the pace for Div 1 and there's no need to push further.
No, no. I
And
think
that's where the risk factor comes in.
yeah, it's very much it's not a race against others in that way. Like directly, it's very much making sure you set the pace for yourself in a way that you can secure that top 16. Obviously, everybody is fighting for it, but whether you're second, whether you're fifth, I mean, mainly it'll may have an effect maybe seating as such, but um, Div 1 is Div 1, Div 2 is Div 2, to put it simply,
Hmm.
and it's as you say, right? A matter of just making sure the consistency is in play, making sure the turns are the way you want them to, and
Yeah,
pushing
so.
enough to set some good times here. And right now, yeah, I mean, Jussi, I think player we haven't really mentioned too much out on the front lines, and he's looking to set in a nice time for
Oh,
himself.
yeah, I was almost leaving the track there. Oh, Yoshi going for the big jump.
Woo! Little bit, yeah. The grass exit wasn't too clean, but he recovered, made his way in.
Yeah, and I mean that takes probably like a tenth of his time, but still getting that 100.0 really, really good. And you don't need much more, again, as I will say. A person that has been making a few mistakes, unfortunately for him, is Yavso. The last two rounds, I think he has made a one small mistake and one bigger mistake. This means that he can't afford to make these mistakes again if he wants a good average. And for now, I mean, he's on a very good run. He's at the front of the pack together with Dani and Snappy. Kubur is there as well. Jussi saying hello as well. And yeah, Yevzo with a little bit of a difficult dirt exit, but now we get into that final sector of the map where it's all going to be decided and who is going to have the best exit out of this grass section. I mean, it's beautiful for everyone. It looks like Dani actually has a lot of speed. Getting second place, it's Snappy with a 0.95.
Yeah, Snappy consistently being part of the pack at the front. Though this time the pack wasn't as together. Looking like some players maybe getting a little bit tired. I'm not quite sure. As I mean, the first couple of rounds, difference between everyone was around like point 0.1, point 0.2. Now already saw some point 0.3 sneak in, possibly even a point 0.4, if my eyes didn't deceive me. So maybe people getting a bit tired, but we're in round 9. It could also be a matter of like, well, I got some great rounds in. Let's ease off the throttle a bit more. Maybe some of these players, could be feeling like they're pushing. Obviously, I'm not in their head, but if you
Yeah,
already
seeding
put in
is
some
so
great
weird
time,
for your mental.
yeah,
It does stuff to you where you're like, okay, I know I'm consistent, and then you have one mistake, and then suddenly every round contains like 2 mistakes. But for now, the most of these players who have been in the front have been in the front each round. And as Marijn said in the chat, on the other server, the pace is a little bit slower, or winning times around point 0.2 slower, which means that if you're driving, let's say, a point 0.2 in the server here and you're 8th, that means that you're around the top 10 still, even though it might feel like then if you would average it out, it would be 16th. The pace is a little bit slower on server 2. And that's something that you don't know, right? Like a person
true.
like Yavso, who has had a few slower rounds, but still has had some good times as well. He might think he's, let's say, like 12th in the server, so that would be across 2 servers, 24th. But
Yep.
if the other server is a bit slower, then you might end up in like 16th. And that also works on your mental in an interesting way, because it's impossible to not think about these things while playing, right?
Yeah, yeah, but it's drawing conclusions with inconclusive data.
Yeah,
It's very
exactly.
human. You're in the moment. Like, why would you not be thinking about that last round going in? I really need to put it in because, as you say, right, 12th place. That's probably going to put me outside of Division One. I've been keeping an eye out on East Mania as well. I mean, as the players are driving, results are coming in live, and it's constantly updating. Finishing things off for this last round here, it's going to be another 0.9 from both Paardenvechter and Alex to cap off their rankings, their seeding here on Contraband. It's some great driving though. We already saw some great times being put in. Looks like I'd say on average time that we've seen here, like 1 minute 2-3 at the top, and I think a bit lower. It's a bit harder to say. Usually,
and taking a look at eCircuit Mania as well, it has been updated. It's Alex now in front, almost with the sub average, getting 1 minute and 17,000. Then you have Paardenvechter in second and Poeboer in third, Snappy fourth and Dani in fifth, above Jussi and Jan. And then you have Timmy's, I think. No, Timmy's is playing in this server actually. He's eighth.
Yeah.
Tarpor ninth. Then you have Pedro PR in the 10th place. And then Mitra, Javas, Tommy, Astronaut, Javzo, and Tijn, which now close out top 16. Right on the cutoff is Tijn, and behind him is Lucky Boy. So for that Belgian player, he has to have a little bit of a better map too if he wants to get into that Div 1, but anything is still possible. As we go to the Wizzy map. And this, I mean, we're going to see, I think, more mistakes in the start here. Especially, maybe not even mistakes, just slower exits out of that plastic. I think that's going to be one of the key factors of this map. Because you can have so much speed and then, or be like 20 speed down, and then it just becomes a different map. Warm up for 2 minutes, and then we are starting on the server as well.
Yeah, we'll
on this map, again, it's Snappy with the world record. For now, it's Alex who has driven the fastest lap time, I guess, with the 79. I mean, that's really close to the world record.
I was about to say, wait, did he do that live here now? Did we miss it?
I don't know where that.
I did see some chat happening. Yeah, no, there was people going with WTF, nice time, very nice time. Yeah, no, we missed it. Just a casual warm-up hero coming in. Yeah, driving 24 thousandths of a second away from world records. I mean, talk about being ready.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably count him in to get a good map. As I mean, for now, he's also first in the seeding, right? He's been playing so well, and this was kind of expected of Alex, I would say. At least for me, he is just so good on that format, where you have to just get those 8 good rounds in. But actually, just a name that I didn't expect to be at the top as much as he is right now, and I really got to give him props for that, is Dani. Like in this, when everyone started the warm up as well, he was in the front. He was in the front of the pack the whole way, and on map 1, he played so well. He's in 5th, I think, right now. Yeah, he's in 5th overall.
Yes.
And I mean, if he continues this, that's a very, very solid Div 1 position for him. Yeah, representing the north of the Brabant.
Just looking through his times as well. I believe, his best time, 59.9 on Contraband, but outside of that, he's got a 1 minute flat. He drove another 1 minute. He drove to 101. Another 0. Just a lot of his driving being very consistent. I think just 1 or 2 rounds where it didn't really go too well. I see a 0.8, for example, but he's going to have to repeat that here. I mean, already, first step has been set towards Div 1 now to make that second step happen. Kiel Hall is alive, and this is the time where our players are actually going to have to push. And Danny, he is right there in the mix. We see Snappy, we see Jan, Tarpor, Paardenvechter, Timmy's, Jussi, Lucky Boy coming in. I mean, Lucky Boy, mentioning him actually, at the moment, 18th in the ranking, so he is something to fight for now.
Mistake by Jan. In the beginning of the round, Yavzo made a mistake as well. Ooh, Eatify now hitting the wall as well. There's definitely a few more mistakes on this first round than there were on the other map, which that might be expected. Of course, it's more of a dank map, this one, for sure. But the first player to cross the finish line is actually Torpor this time around. He wasn't at the front that much on the previous map, but now he is showing up. The time is further away from the world record than on the other map, but of course, that's expected. That's expected so much.
Just set the barometer with that. A nice point to open things up. Again, though, we were mentioning right, the plastic. I think that is the main part that we'll really see if somebody does push below the 2-second mark, if they do decide to go hard for it. For now, though, it did seem like players, while they're going fast, it didn't feel like they were putting themselves into a precarious situation there, and instead just made sure that they made their way through, get the turnaround, a couple of oversteers happening, but hey, you just got to get a couple of good times in initially. That already helps out, and just suiting your conscience, making sure you're still confident going into any round where it doesn't go too well. And the pack is still pretty big. I mean, look at that. Still a lot of players together, though. We'll see how many players decide to push it here on the plastic. Alex is starting to make a little bit of a run. Jussi as well. We'll
Alex,
see, though,
unfortunately, making a mistake there, but it's gonna be a good focus finish in the front here. Good focus.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't talked about them yet, but good focus are occupying all of the top spots right now. They are they are gaming. They are showing what they can do for sure.
Yeah, Alex, Jussi, Pupur, Snappy, Timmy's, all players that we find at the top. Good focus. Sure, happy with the players, especially with results like this. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we'll see a lot more of them in the rest of the Benelux Pro League. I mean, already seeding, making a good impression helps out a ton.
Definitely.
I think interesting as well with Snappy being the one with the world records. We haven't really seen him take first places that much. I mean, every time actually we've seen him in first place, somebody is able to beat him to the line. I don't think he's actually gotten the first place in seeding just yet. Despite him, he's doing great, right? That's the odd part.
Yeah, I mean that's where the seeding mentality comes into play, right? And it's really interesting actually, as Marijn said in the chat as well. The winning time on server 2 was faster than server 1 this time, or at least for the first round. So this is where the players might. I mean, we have a 0.0 now for Snappy and for Danny as well. Really good times, 0.3 ahead of the rest of the pack. That's great for their time. But it looks like server 2 is closer to the time set on server 1 this time around, which means that the players that are around that cutoff part of like maybe getting into Div 1, maybe barely getting Div 2 instead of Div 1, they have to kind of worry about this server 2 as well now, a little bit more than they might have had to do on server 1, or on map 1, sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh, Steve was making a mistake, unfortunately.
Also something noticing on at least the previous round where during Contraband we saw a lot more closeness in terms of times, right? Just 1/10, 2/10, 3/10 of a second. This time around, 1 through 8, the gap in between was a second. So it does seem like players are, perhaps releasing a little bit more, taking it a little bit easier on this track to not necessarily push too hard. Very curious if server 2 has the same opinion. I mean, I'm seeing times just trickle on in as we have our players setting up for the final part here. We'll see what our tap time is going to be. We got some 0.1s this time, and Snuppy and Timmy's with the exact same
Wow.
time as well. Doesn't really matter too much in that regard, right? They got the same time. They'll get the same reports for that. Still a nice close finish between the two. And Snuppy, I mean, he did already win a round previous one, so a tied first place this time around as well. I don't think he minds too much.
Yeah, and with that the time that Snuppy just drove, server 2 is a little bit ahead on this map, so that means that if you're looking at eCircuit Mania right now, there's quite a lot of names from server 2 in the top, but right when the round finished, you could see on eCircuit Mania that Snuppy was actually in first now. So he made a little comeback. He was I think he was 4th place after map 1. For now, he's in provisional 1st place. Together with, I think it was, Alex and Paard, who both were very, very close to each other as well. But, I mean, we still have a few rounds to go. I think around 5 rounds?
A lot of people not missing the finish, it seems. I think people were pushing a bit too hard, and then in the plastic, everyone, released. The only two players, Snuppy and Jan, next to each other with 0.0s, and then I don't know. It seemed like the moment we hit the plastic, a lot of players were like, "Okay, well, I don't want to go that fast. Let me just take it easy a bit." I'm not quite sure if that was the take. So far, as well, we haven't seen a sub 102 just yet. Who knows? Maybe someone is still cooking, or it may be that the risk is simply too large to push him. Push hard on this. But I mean, at some point you have to. We're already halfway through round number 6 now, and I am 100% sure there's a couple of players in here that are like, man, I really, really need to step it up to make sure that I can hit my goal.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see who is going to be making those adjustments in this stage of the seeding. And for now, it's looking like it's Jan actually hasn't been in the front positions all too much, but for now he's in first, followed by Alex, who is around 0.15 behind him, and Poopboer is right next to him as well, getting into that wood flick. And Jan making a slight mistake, so he's actually overtaken by Alex, but still a great time for him that gets him a lower average, which might shoot him up in the rankings a bit. Let's see. I mean, for now he's in provisional 5th if the servers are linked up. Yeah, I think they were, because now they updated. Yeah.
True. His times so far, round 11, well, round 1, I should say, 0.4. Round 2, he had a 0.3. Then, he did not have the best time of 1:03.7. So, and then from that point on, he started recovering. Then he drove a 0.1. He drove a 0.0. He drove to 0.1 last round as well. So, he's been able to recover from that one mistake, that 1:03.7. Which I think will suit his confidence a little bit. Again, he finds himself there in the mix. Lucky Boy, also a player that needs to make something happen for themselves, finding themselves in the mix, fighting for a top 5. But that is not. That is a dangerous line. Yeah, he's losing positions for that.
He still survives though. He's only 0.5 behind the leader for now, and then now we're getting into the most important section: who can keep the most speed. Tarpor going wide, but he kept the grip. Lucky Boy, unfortunately, not getting the grip on the re-entry, and it's going to be Paard with a 0.0, so still no sub, but a 0.5 between 1st and 8th. Definitely one of the better rounds we've seen on this map as well.
Yeah,
and that's round number 7, so we have 3 more to go.
Yeah, we're just flying through.
It goes by quick. It definitely does.
Players are quick, which is great to see as well. I mean, Yupso, we've got him on screen right now. Doing what he needs to do at the moment. finds himself in also a little bit of a tricky spot when it comes to rankings. We'll see whether or not he'll be able to stay in Div 2. Currently 28th, but again, times are changing, rankings are changing. But 28th place, a little bit dangerous. The elite actually at the moment in 33rd, so that is also not exactly quite it. Keel Hall does seem to challenge your players a bit more. I think where Contraband, while it does have challenging sectors, I think it's a bit more in the wheelhouse of what players know versus what Keel Hall is presenting.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at the rankings right now, the players on that cutoff area are Pug, Mitra, Food Fungus, and Neek. I think those four are now fighting for that spot.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is a fast time, almost getting that sub as well.
Yeah. We'll get it. I believe. We have a couple more rounds. Somebody is going to drive sub 102. It's gonna happen.
I mean, you have to see it. I'm hoping it's gonna be Danny here. He's been pumping out great times. I mean, there's of course also been a few mistakes here and there, especially on this map. They're almost guaranteed. Timmy's actually here. He almost flew out of that grass section, but ended up getting a lot of exit speed because of it, and kind of putting himself back in that fight. It's now Yavso also fighting for that first place. Hasn't had the best seeding for now, so this round could be very, very important to him.
Yeah, just to, just getting one good time in already does a world of difference when it comes to seeding, right? Just making sure, that best time being weighted as much as it is essential to, having a good seeding in your favor. But, I mean, there's not a lot of time left. I think it's the main risk. As we do have our players come in, and it is there. Finally, we got one, and not only from not just someone, it is the world record holder, Snuppy, with a 101.9. That does open up, break the 102 curse. So we already saw it during warm-up, at least for those that were focusing. It was certainly not me, Alex, with the 101.794. So we know the pace is there, but obviously in warm-up, there's not a lot of stress, not a lot of pressure behind it. And I think the complete opposite to that is the last round in seeding on the last map as well. This is it, right? This is where you got to drive a good time. Yafas, unfortunately, is not going to be one of those players. And I think Mitra, a player we haven't seen too much, actually out at the front. Very curious to see how he's doing, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen him around 19th. That much. Yeah, he is in Div 2 for now, but if he gets this... if he gets a good time here, he might bump himself into that Div 1 spot. So this is very, very important to him. The other players in front here, I mean, we have Yavzo in 7th. He could also definitely use a good time. Oh, unfortunately hitting that last inside, getting him 0.4 faster, and Snappy driving a 0.000 to close it off. I mean, that's cinema. That is cinema.
That is
and
absolute
we say
cinema.
G's to the players. Server 1 is now done. I think server 2 is done as well.
It shouldn't be too long. Shouldn't be too long. Right now, at least on East Circuit Mania, we have received...
Oh yeah, but there's one round to be played.
Yeah, they just need to finish up, and then we'll know our final rankings. That's how quick this will go. So, no worrying, no waiting, no, I did my test, and then, in a week you're gonna have to look at the board or online on some list like, oh, how did I do? Where am I at? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, such thing. You just go.
East Circuit Mania, man. It makes it definitely like so much easier, but also just for the players to see. Or for spectators, I should say, sorry, to see what's going on, what matches are being played, what matches are scheduled for. It's just a great database that makes this much more accessible to everyone. And the last round of server 2 is also done, which means that we do have our official ranking. And the winner of the seeding is Alex. Yes, sir. He has done it with a 62 or sorry 1 minute 2 second 0.1 average on that second map as well. I mean, what an average to get out of 10 rounds with one being weighed 0%. So like 9 rounds that are weighed. That's insane. Snuppy getting that second place.
It's
very, very well done by him.
Yeah, great stuff.
There we are on the screen as well.
Look at that. The top 16 will be going into Div 1. Quick fire. Alex, Snappy, Poepoer, Jan, Jussi, Paardenvechter, Danny, Tarpoor, Timmy's, Astronaut, Tijn, Tommy, Mitra. That performance mattered. Javas, Jasto, and finally Pedro with Pug missing out on Div 1, but making it into Div 2 with Edify, Lucky Boy, Chili Conarn, Nick, Foot Fungus, Dazzle Alex, Als, Dennis, Jortim, Stegels, Samehuis, The Lead, Beagle, Good Dutchy, and Yoshi. So Canon, Lucas Jan, and Mark, unfortunately, just missing out only just. But I mean, all in all, I think everybody did a phenomenal job. Gave us some, some great driving, and hopefully, like I really expected to get to a certain point, but that's I cannot be in their heads. I cannot determine for them what they want, what they need. But overall, I don't know. I think everybody deserves a nice pat on the shoulders for their performance.
For sure, and I mean, what an interesting seeding it was. Like with that, especially the Wizzy map, creating this sort of unknown where it's definitely a more tougher map, and getting a good map 1 didn't mean anything yet because that map 2 still had to come. But Alex, Snuppy, and Poepoer, the top 3, kind of also what I think a lot of people expected. But they performed great, and even while being like the favorite or the expected favorite, that doesn't mean that you're going to perform, and they managed to pull it off. So great props to them. Of course, if there's anything wrong with the scores, they're going to be checked, and they might change a little bit, but it's most likely that this is correct. And looking at the difference between Pedro and Pug, so the cutoff for Div 1, it's around 0.16, which is a big enough of a gap that we are quite sure that this is the correct ranking as well, at least for the divisions. And I think that's what the people are going for right now, for sure.
Mentioning when we'll be able to see the players, I think as a small segue, this was just seeding, right? This was just the start of good things to come. We have a bit of a road until we get to the LAN on the 11th of April, but we will have our first 2 matches of League Play happening next week, Sunday, starting at 2 p.m. I believe at that point, daylight saving time. It is zomertijd, spring springs forward, as that they say. So do make sure that you have your alarm clock set correctly. You're not like, oh no, it's only 1. No, psych, it's 2 o'clock. Wake up.
Good morning.
You don't want to be that guy, right? You don't want to be that guy. That would be unfortunate.
It can definitely happen, but we'll make sure that doesn't happen. Enough pings in the Discord server. And if you're watching here and you haven't joined the Discord yet, be sure to do so. I think for many players, maybe if they're in the Benelux, you can find it in the Dutch Discord, the Trackmania Dutch Discord, and maybe even on TM News if you're on that. I don't know if it was posted there. It's also now in the chat. If you haven't joined, be sure to join. There's going to be the results, the schedule, and if there's any updates, it will be talked to on the Discord. So if you haven't, be sure to join. And I think that about closes it off for today. I've had a blast to watch the players, and I'm really looking forward to see what they're going to be able to cook in the live matches next week.
Yeah, level is already showing off to be high as ever. Mentioned at the start, this is the place to find the best Trackmania out there. Don't let the other people tell you anything else. The Benelux is where it's at. And if this is only the start, then I am looking forward to whatever it is that'll be coming up next. But that'll do it from us. Thank you all for watching, for coming in. Whether you're watching, whether you're playing, whether you've made the maps, and all those beautiful people out there that make this possible. Thank y'all. Be sure to join us next week. Different time, same place. 2 o'clock is when you got to be there to catch
a little more sunlight.
A little bit more sunlight. Catch the first matches of the Benelux Pro League. But yeah, I've been Boney, and this has been Sven.
I've been Ven. And
there you go.
Have a good night, guys.
I'll
See you next week.